Hello, this is King Channel TV. We are bringing you an update to the FBI raid on Mar-a-Lago, home of the 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Before we cite today's, August 22nd, ruling by the judge, we will list more events, filings, or rulings we are expecting to occur regarding this case. First, former President Donald Trump is said to be preparing a lawsuit, alleging the raid was a violation of his Fourth Amendment right, which is the right to be protected from illegal searches and seizures under the U.S. Constitution. Second, a video was recorded of the FBI raid of Mar-a-Lago. The Trump family plans to release it to the public, so click that notification bell and watch for upcoming information. Let us continue. We have two items of breaking news today. A federal judge ruled today that U.S. government officials have not presented sufficient evidence to keep a key document related to the search warrant executed at former President Donald Trump's home, shielded from the public. U.S. officials have claimed that an affidavit, which convinced U.S. Magistrate Judge Bruce Reinhart to approve the warrant, needs extensive redactions to protect FBI agents and witnesses, as well as the ongoing investigation into Trump. The redactions would leave very little, nothing of substance for the public, Jay Bratt, chief of the DOJ's Counterintelligence and Export Control Section, told Judge Reinhart during a recent hearing. The government has met its burden of showing that its interests outweigh public access to unsealing the entire affidavit, Reinhart said in the new ruling. But the government has not yet sufficiently argued that portions of the document should be made public. I cannot say at this point that partial redactions will be so extensive that they will result in a meaningless disclosure, but I may ultimately reach that conclusion after hearing further from the government, Reinhart said. Still, given the intense public and historical interest in an unprecedented search of a former president's home, the government has not yet shown that these administrative concerns are sufficient to justify sealing, he added. I therefore reject the government's argument that the present record justifies keeping the entire affidavit under seal. Reinhart ordered the government to file additional evidence supporting keeping the entire document under seal, which was authored by an FBI agent, along with proposed redactions to the affidavit. This document outlines why the government believes it needs a warrant. The warrant was served on August 8 at Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida. Reinhart will review the proposed redactions. He'll either reject them while giving the government a chance to appeal to a higher court or agree with them and release the redacted document. Next breaking news. Former President Donald Trump has filed a motion asking a federal judge to prevent the Justice Department from reviewing documents seized from his Mar-a-Lago residence 2 weeks ago until a third-party watchdog can be appointed. In the first court motion from the Trump legal team since the FBI raid on the former president's residence, the attorneys sought the appointment of a special master, a more detailed list of inventory taken, and the return of any item seized that was not within the scope of the search warrant. Special masters, often retired lawyers or judges, are appointed in certain cases where there is concern that materials seized by authorities include information that is protected by the attorney-client privilege or other forms of privilege. The FBI agents had taken privileged and or potentially privileged materials such as photos, handwritten notes, and multiple Trump passports, the filing said, which they said were outside the lawful reach of an already overboard warrant. Law enforcement is a shield that protects Americans. It cannot be used as a weapon for political purposes, Trump's lawyers wrote in the filing. The attorneys argued that the documents are presumptively privileged until proven otherwise, making it unreasonable to allow the prosecutorial team to review them without meaningful safeguards. Short of returning the seized items to Movent, only a neutral review by a special master can protect the great public interest in preserving the confidentiality of conversations that take place in the president's performance of his official duties, the filing stated. This Mar-a-Lago break-in, search, and seizure was illegal and unconstitutional, Trump said in a written statement released on his social media platform, Truth Social, after the complaint was filed. And we are taking all actions necessary to get the documents back, which we would have given to them without the necessity of the despicable raid of my home, so that I can give them to the National Archives until they are required for the future Donald J. Trump Presidential Library and Museum, He added, according to Trump's lawyers, 3 pages of property receipt that the FBI agents left had provided little detail on what was taken from Mar-a-Lago. The inventory, unsealed on August 12, includes an itemized list of the materials taken, including 27 boxes and 11 sets of documents that have various classified markings. Most items have general descriptions, such as box labeled A1 and miscellaneous secret document. It is a matter of fundamental fairness for the agents to at least identify from what locations each of the boxes was seized, how the confidential labels were assessed, among other information for the former president to avail the protective rights entitled to him, the filing argued. Now, let's give a summary of today's breaking news. U.S. Magistrate Judge Bruce Reinhart separately ruled that the U.S. government officials have not presented sufficient proof to keep the affidavit filed in support of the search warrant, which contains the DOJ's reasons justifying the search from the public. The Justice Department has asserted that the document requires extensive redactions to protect intelligence sources and the integrity of the ongoing probe. Reinhart has directed the Justice Department to propose redactions about what information it wishes to keep a secret from the document. The submission is due at noon on August 25. This brings an end to the breaking news on the Mar-a-Lago raid. Don't forget to like the video, share it and subscribe to King Channel TV.